Alrighty, we're back. It's May 1939. We have access to Danziger War, which will ignite World War II historically. But first, we're going to wait till at least June to get all of these tanks off the line. Because those are really going to help us. Alright, so we're going to unpause. I'm still at speed 5 for now. That's going to go down very shortly. I'm not so much worried about this production because I want to get as many units upgraded as possible before war begins. Alrighty, just managing my production sliders, which is par for the course for Hoy. Rejecting diplomatic options. Money, we're out of money, but we don't need it anymore. So it's irrelevant at this point. We're losing a lot of steel, but we're going to get a lot of steel when we invade Poland. Upgrades are almost done. Looking good. Tanks are about to come off the line. There they are. Most of them, at least. Alright, so I'm going to put one down here, just to harden up this line. We're not going to have to worry about Russia. We may invade Yugoslavia, but that's going to be after France. So what we're going to do is we're going to do another tank reserve setup down here in case the French get tricky and invade over the Maginot Line, which, if they get some good bombing, it's possible. The other thing we're going to do is I'm going to bring down another set of interceptors, if I can find them, down to here. And what we're going to do, if we look, we're going to select our interceptors, we're going to right-click, we're going to do air intercept over a region. And what that's going to do is any planes coming into this area, they're going to intercept. So now we have our other unit here. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to do it over this area. Air intercept. So that's going to cover most of our troops. Now you see I'm wasting a ton of IC here, but that's okay for right now. Because of what I'm about to do. So we're building our planes. Everything else is about to finish up. Now if we look at our mobilize button, it's going to take us almost 300 manpower to mobilize, which isn't terrible, but isn't great either. What I'm going to do, we're going to build a lot more interceptors. We're going to build 8 more interceptors. I take that back. We're gonna build 6 more interceptors. Keep our supplies up. Everything's almost built. Mechanized offensive went off. That gives us access to mechanized warfare. Oop, where'd it go? Combined arms warfare, which allows production of self-propelled rocket artillery, which is great. We want that. Espionage we're going to reduce down to 0 because we don't need it anymore. We need to get more points into officers shortly, but actually we can do that with what's going off right now, which kind of sucks because these are going off and they're going to require a ton of upgrade points, but we're not going to wait. War's not going to wait for that. As you can see, we're already up to 36. More panzers. Now we have a strong... Let's look at our strength map mode. As you can see, very strong across the whole border. We're looking fantastic. Whoa. Trade offer from Italy, always accept. None of those. Units about to deploy. More points into officers. As you can see, upgrade shooting up. No trade with the Soviet Union. Mountain brigades, we're going to stick down here. Because we're probably going to invade Switzerland at some point. One way or the other. Alright, and we're going to mobilize, but first I'm going to save the game because I haven't done that in a while. We're going to mobilize. What that does, it raises our reserve units back up to full. It's going to cost a ton of reinforcement points right off the bat, but that'll go down very quickly. As you can see, 103 points. So we're going to reduce our upgrades down to 0. We're going to reduce our production down. That's great. All into officers, because we're down to 106%. You never want to drop below 100%, or your units do not have full organization, which is bad. Very, very bad. Organization, again, is like morale in EU4. You don't want that. Alright, so we're already almost fully mobilized, as you can see. Still dropping, and we are fully mobilized. So what that means is I'm going to reduce the speed down. I'm going to save one last time in case something real bad happens. We're just going to make sure we're not missing anything before we declare war. Check our diplomacy, make sure no one's about to be able to be invited, which they are not. Nationalist Spain. Close. Maybe they'll get there, maybe they won't. We're out of money, doesn't matter. Mobilization is costly, but not that costly. Alright. This is what we've been waiting for. Remember our battle plan. Alright, so let's just make sure our air assets are going to be used properly. So we're going to set our interceptors to air superiority, but we're going to do it over a circular area about 100 kilometers wide. That'll stretch into Polish territory once we get going here. Alright. Make sure we're at a low speed. We are at speed 1, which is plenty low. And here we go. Declare war on Poland. So this is great. We get our Blitzkrieg event. We're gonna gain a bunch of bonuses. We're gonna reset our... We have 0 consumer goods. We can now... I don't have the money. I forgot to have enough money to change my laws. That'll be fine. That'll be fine soon enough. All right. So if we look at our diplomacy menu, at war with Poland, United Kingdom, France, Iraq, Yemen, Bhutan, Nepal, and South Africa. Not worried about England because they can only get to me right here, and France would have to push across the Maginot Line because Netherlands and Belgium are not in the war. I'm gonna put these troops all out here for convoy raiding. They're all gonna die very, very fast. But that's fine. Alright, so combat. Basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the terrain map mode. I'm going to identify points where I can push through and head to their victory points using the victory point map mode. So, obviously, right here, very good unit. We're going to look, our combat width are going to be 3 on basically all infantry units. I'm not going to attack with the anti-tank because there are no tanks. I will attack with an engineer if I have one. So he's with the anti-tank, so engineers are good at cities and forts. So he's going to attack. He's going to attack. We're going to leave 2 units in reserve. We're going to attack with our armor and another unit across the border. This unit. We're actually going to sneak 2 of these units up here. They will get there without a fight. We're going to engage this unit here. Tanks into the plains, you can see in the lower right there. I said don't put tanks into woods, but it's Poland and I'm going to use light armor, so that's okay. We're going to send our other armored brigade up here. We're going to engage here to lock them up. We're going to engage here to lock them up. And we're going to push across here. We'll attack from the side again. And all 3 of these units are going to move into here in an attempt to encircle this other unit while locking them up here and here, so they're engaged in battle. They can't move. So that's our front. If we highlight everyone, you'll see my moves. Not attacking with everyone is the most important thing. You want to leave some people back in order to counterattack or reinforce the line. Land combat, they're all going good. So you know you're winning. Oh, everyone just immediately retreated. All these combats are won. We're going to go up to speed 2 here. Oh, okay. No, it just didn't pop up yet. That's okay. So green arrows mean you're attacking and it's going well. Yellow arrows mean the battle is having an unknown outcome yet. The number is how close the battle is to completion one way or the other. So battle's half over, not sure who's going to win yet. So this is a yellow arrow. I don't want it to be a yellow arrow. I want it to be green, so we're going to attack there. Same deal. We're going to add another unit to the mix. And we're not going to do that there. So then we wait. That turns green. The other one turned green. Let's not forget our tactical bombers. Let's set them. I almost don't even need them. It's almost a waste of their organization, to be honest. So I'm not going to use my bombers. Like I said in the earlier episode, these units are going to push across here. And then these units are just going to hold out. Now we wait. We're making progress. So now these units are across. They can't attack again until August 1st, as you can see here. 91 hours. So you have to be careful that you don't overextend. That noise is the sound of naval combat, which, again, we're not going to get too much into. Basically, our combat is we want to turn these numbers green by adding or subtracting units. They're running, so we're going to push across this line and wait for him to go. See, we're developing a pocket. There's not many units in it, so it doesn't... not a particularly good pocket, but it's a pocket. We're going to want him to get across that river if possible. We're going to want him to get across that river. Units are going to fill in those spaces. Yeah, see, our boats are already sinking. That was to be expected. We lost a province. Right there, that's fine. Now, you don't want to move units into a province until everything's already attacked, because you'll wind up making them join the attack and have their counters reset. I'm just going to put automate trade back on. It's going to wind up with a lot of convoys being sunk. But that's fine. So again, we want to get to these victory points. Just want to keep attacking. Pan is mobilizing, that's good. Oops. So sinking those transports is great. It costs MIC to fix. Everybody's mobilizing. Get back into the political map mode. Keep locking up units, pushing towards those victory points. And we want to move as many units into empty territories as we can, so that we get them for free, and they have to fight to get them back. Attacking headquarters is great because it'll ruin supply lines. We're gonna use that tank across the river, which isn't great, but to lock up that so that these units can get into there. They're all actually attacking. Great. I'm gonna get across that river. Trying to get to Krakow as fast as possible. So they actually tried to attack us, but we already won. Let's see what we've got. He's not doing anything, so he's going to attack across this line. Get that HQ out of the mix. He's going to attack there instead of moving. Notice our fuel and supplies aren't doing great because we're not allowing our HQs to catch up. But this is a blitzkrieg attack. it's Poland. I don't have to worry so much about supply lines. So I want to keep moving these guys up who got caught behind. You can see we're losing a battle here. So what I have to do is attack from the other flank. Raises our attack. Attack again. Raises it again. Notice we linked up our pockets here. Now we can start attacking here, across the river. Get all these guys up to the front. Losing boats. That's gonna happen. Can't worry about it. Russia hasn't declared on Poland yet, which is interesting. I guess they don't always. And then again, I haven't played a single-player game in quite a while, so sometimes I forget some of the shenanigans that happen when you're playing with real people, like Russia declaring on Poland in 1936. Again, if the numbers are yellow, add more troops. That's really all we're doing. Ooh, almost have a good salient here. Let's lock them in. Took the Polish corridor. Gonna keep pushing towards Warsaw. Keep an eye how far these guys are getting. Gonna want to move them forward when we can, but not... We don't want to move them too much because it takes time for them to reset. Again, we're making good progress here. We have Danzig. We want to leave somebody there. Winning. We have these troops encircled, but they may be able to get out. Keep attacking. Cover our flanks. We're losing submarines left and right. We're going to be out of a navy soon. Something I know and expect to happen. Going to attack this city with tanks because it's a Polish city and the Poles are weak. Normally you would want to not do that, but I want these victory points as fast as possible. Again, I haven't even had to use my interceptors. Let's pause for a second. Let's look at our air map mode. We're getting bombed here. So our interceptors are fighting. Let's send these interceptors up here as well. And maybe, like, what we're going to do is, now we have 8 fighters versus 4 fighters and 3 bombers. That should go better for us. That's why we want to look at that every once in a while. Make sure we're not missing something. Send them. We're going to make them attack as soon as they can. Move him down here just to spread out our line. Keep everybody moving because this is a blitzkrieg. Stop that movement. Get them going that way. So we're getting attacked here because I haven't moved units up yet. That's fine. What we're going to do to stop that is we're going to have him attack as soon as he's ready. We're going to have him attack as soon as he gets here. We're going to move all these units this way. And now you can see these red dots. He's attacking the main force, but he's supporting. So what we can do, we can remove him from the fight by attacking with him. And that increased. See how that dropped from 54 to 32? and became green means we're winning now. We already won that fight. We reduced the flanking, or we stopped the flanking attack. So that worked out well. More boats sinking. He's going to be able to attack in 12 hours, which we want. Let's see, we want him to come across. We got to keep everybody moving. That's the most important thing. If we look at our surrender progress, they're at 60.6, which is great. That's not surprising. We could check and see if Republic in Spain, Romania. We have no. Oh, we do have diplomats because of the trade. I did make the one vital error. I don't have enough money for any of my laws. I need 180 monies, which we'll get as we go. I'm hoping. I kind of goofed there. But not a huge deal. I am missing out on some bonuses, so I misplayed that. That's okay. Alright, the attack on Warsaw is happening. This is where I'm going to bring in our bombers. Can they reach? They can. So we're going to ground attack Warsaw at night continuously. Why at night? Because they have anti-aircraft. It's probably not a big deal either way, but just in case. See, you can see he's gotten too far from his HQ, so we gotta remember to move these HQs up. I can also detach and attach them to someone closer. See, this battle's going terribly, but it'll get better. Just gonna keep pushing out. Good job, Hungary. Almost have Bochnia, which is not a victory point. Just waiting for the Battle of Warsaw to end. Which I'm now bombing with my tactical bombers. Gonna keep moving everyone in. Add this unit. We're up to 53% neutral. I kind of ironically lost Memel, but we'll get that back in just a few. Oh, see, we're attacking here with a unit with very low organization, so that's why that's real bad. So we're going to switch that out. He's going to attack, and now we're winning. Keep everybody moving inland. We have a big stack here we haven't even used. Let's get them walking. Make sure our other 3-star that we've lost keeps going. That is the hardest part of Hoi battle, is just not forgetting to move 3-star generals with your troops. And more importantly, not getting them killed when you do so. Check over here. New Zealand is in the Allies, big deal. Again, nothing going on over here. More battles. Our planes are doing okay though. They're not dead. So that's great. Battle of Warsaw is nearing completion. We're gonna attack with another armored brigade. Give us a bit more. Actually gonna stop the bombing because I don't want my tactical bombers to get too banged up fighting Poland. keep pushing. You know, this is Poland. This isn't the Soviet Union. It's not that big of a deal. We're gonna keep watching our supplies, our fuel, and our organization. Make sure no one's suffering too badly. Other than the Poles, of course. And that was it. We took Warsaw. Now if we look, surrender progress 100%. When the day flips over, we're going to have Poland. And then we're going to have an interesting event where we could steal Poland from the Soviet Union. Or not. Oop, I just want to make sure I got some money. So I want to make sure I do this. Trying to think of which one's the best to get first. Probably the total economic mobilization. Oh, and we can actually get this as well. Perfect. And then the only one we need to switch over to heavy industry emphasis shortly. Now everything in Hoi runs by hours, but everything's calculated at the end of the day. So I gotta wait until we get to August 15th, which is a month before Poland officially was even attacked. Bam, retake our cores on Poland. Now that's not gonna stay the same because we signed Molotov-Ribbentrop. So there's Russia. Let's see. They have quite a few troops. It's very tempting to just declare war on them right now. But that's no fun. We're gonna do this historically. Bump it up to speed 3. And now we have to wait for these borders to reform before we start doing anything, because we don't want to move a bunch of units around and then have the borders change on us. So now I'm moving all of my planes to the western front, where they'll be actually useful. Attack bombers staying a little bit further from the front because they have such massive range. Alright. So we will honor the Molotov-Ribbentrop. You see there, they get half of Poland. So now what we're going to do is we're going to reform our orders of battle. So we're going to strategically redeploy our headquarters while moving our units. Just don't forget where you've already moved everyone. Don't want to strategically redeploy in case something bad happens. Now, if you put units in kind of crazy places right now, that's okay. It's gonna happen. You can always move them around later. The Soviet Union's not going to attack immediately. You just want to fill the front. So we're just going to get our 3 stars to the front. We're not going to worry about which units these are attached to. Believe it or not. Because it doesn't matter. We're going to reassign them. Because it's quick and easy later. We're just going to get our HQs kind of close to the front. Now what we're going to do with our SS units that I built before... they're going to go to our victory points. So, let's see. Where are they? Here's one. We have one on Warsaw. Or we have one on Lodz. We're going to put one on Warsaw. We can strategically redeploy them. And I thought I had another one down here somewhere. Don't see him. I might have deployed him to the other side. That's okay. Oh, there he is. So we're going to move him to Danzig. That way, our victory conditions have at least a token force on them. Gonna reinforce. We lost a bunch of men. Well, not a bunch, but we lost some men. We can't see casualty numbers, but we lost a couple hundred brave German souls in our vicious conquest of Poland. Again, we're at 109% officers, so we want to keep pushing that. We need 33 gold for our last tech. Now, bear in mind, we are still at war with the United Kingdom and France. But we're not... We have not brought Italy or Japan into that war. We will need diplomatic points to do that, so actually, we're going to have to put a couple points into that so we get some of those. But we're not going to do that yet. We don't want Japan in this war yet. At least I don't, because they need to build. Alright, let's wait for... We're going to bump it up to speed 4. Do I have any boats even left? Unlikely. Yeah, they're out there. They're not doing too well, though. That's okay. They've sunk some ships, but... Oops. So we have some bombing here. We want to make sure we get some interceptors. One of the ones we brought over. Where are they? There they are. We're going to put them over here, covering that space. And now hopefully we can stop some of that bombing. I'm going to wait for our units to move before I do anything else. Seem to have developed a bug here. Never seen that before. All my menus are all swapped. That's never happened before. Ah, interesting. Well, I'm still functional here for now. We're almost to the end of this session anyway. No, yeah, we're actually gonna have to call that because I'm gonna have to declare war over here in the Low Countries soon, and I don't want this mess up taking place. That's strange. I've never seen that before in 500 hours of Hoi. But alright, so that's how you conquer Poland. I don't know if I explained that well. The main things are army composition, encirclement, and knowing when to add or subtract troops from a fight. In the meantime, ask me if you have any questions. Try to just do what I did and see if it makes sense for you. See you next time where France is under the gun. Literally.